namaste. It's Lauren. Welcome to my Wednesday Facebook Live. This week, there is a topic I wanted to talk about, and the question is, are you struggling right now? And I know that a lot of you that are watching are super amazing, and you're working really hard, and you're doing everything that you need to do to move through this challenging time. Um, I have lots of friends out there who are moms, who are working really hard homeschooling and cleaning our houses and cooking and spring now, so trying to build the garden and working full time online. And so there's just a lot of giving, a lot of holding for space, and then trying to take care of others that are in need, your friends, your children, your family members. Some of us are volunteering. I know all my yoga teacher friends out there are working really hard to support their students, right? So many of us right now are giving and giving and giving. And I know what it feels like. I have a lot going on. There's a lot of giving going on in my end. And I think what happens is we really start to feel our power in a way, our ability to keep moving through, the strength that we need to persevere, to, remain strong. And there's a beauty in that. Like, there's a really amazing power in being able to be strong and persevering and working hard and sustaining and holding the space for your family and for your community and for your friends and your students if you're a teacher and those that you love, right? There's something really admirable about that and something very amazing. And we need people like that in this world. We need those leaders. We need the people that are going to be the ones to inspire, to stand strong, to not crumble, to keep themselves together, right? It's primarily in Ayurveda, which is the sister science to yoga, the traditional ancient medicinal system of India. There's this idea that we are all made up of some combination of the 5 elements. Our constitution is either some combination of earth, water, fire, air, and space. And those of us that have the fire in our system, mostly fire, where our dosha, our constitution, is described as being pitta, right? A combination of fire and water. We tend to be the ones that are like that. We can really hang in there and keep working really hard and getting things done. And so, as I said, there's something really beautiful about that. There's something really admirable about that. But what starts to happen, and even if you're not that person that's, holding the world up, even if you're that person that's just holding on for yourself, right? Just trying to keep yourself together. Just some of you I've been hearing from are just struggling, day to day, just keeping your mood up and keeping yourself vibrant and keeping yourself energized and feeling motivated and having a focus in your life, even if you're just struggling just to sustain yourself and just keep yourself going, which can also, for some of us, take a lot of energy. That can be difficult, because what starts to happen is what I've been finding in my own experience, and that's what these Facebook Lives are about. I really like to share with you guys what's happening in my life, the challenges that I'm experiencing, and the ways that I'm moving through, and the tools that I'm using to help support myself so that I can then help you to do the same thing, right? And I also like to do a little meditation always at the end. So we're going to do a little meditation at the end. But back to the subject on hand, which is, are you struggling right now? And how can we find a way to lean in and get support? So I think what happens is when we have all of this intensity coming at us and we're holding either ourselves up or we're holding up a lot of people around us, our energy field starts to get smaller. We start to shrink into ourselves. Make sure that I'm good. Okay. Somebody just texting me to make sure that they can hear me. We start to shrink in. We start to contract. In order to be able to go through the intensity, we kind of hold ourselves in a little ball. So our energy field gets really small and dense and compact and kind of hard, right? We kind of harden our shell. And as our shell gets harder, it sort of tricks us into thinking that we don't need anything, that we're not feeling too much intensity, that we're doing okay. But it is this struggle to kind of hold that intense energy ball, that tight protective shell. Like it takes a lot of effort. And that effort can be exhausting and it can be depleting to our energy field. So, this is the thing. Is that something that you're, is that resonating with you? Are you holding yourself tighter than you usually hold yourself? And when we hold ourselves tight in that way, and we try to protect ourselves from the feelings that might be coming from the difficult feelings that might be coming in from the outside, so that we can stay strong, so that we can keep ourselves motivated, keep our friends and family supported, what starts to happen is we start to wear ourselves down. And so it becomes a struggle. We get tired. It's really hard to be so strong all the time. It's really challenging. So what do we do? Well, in order to find ease, right? In the yoga tradition, there is this term, which I love, called prakshipakshabhavana. And prakshipakshabhavana means to apply the opposite. So, and it's always the solution to healing in Ayurveda. So if you're feeling hard and tense and like you're holding, like you're gripping, like you're contracting, like you're holding on, right? Then what would the opposite be? And that would be, right, to let go, to relax, to find ease. And I know that's really hard when you're trying to keep things going. So my suggestion, lean into something or somebody else. Right? So when was the last time that you asked for help? I know I haven't been really good at it at all these past few months. I have not been asking anyone for help. I've been just helping myself and trying to help everybody else until I feel like I'm going to explode. And then it hit me. I need support. I need to ask someone for help. And you know what? It was so easy. I called a friend. I told her how I was feeling. And she listened to me. She supported me. And it made me feel so much better just to lean into somebody else and to let somebody else take care of me, even for a short, 15-minute conversation. It was so nurturing and so rejuvenating for my spirit, for my soul. And so I think my message for this Facebook Live is really like, stop being so strong, right? You need to be strong, but don't be strong. Don't be strong all the time. Don't be too strong. We have to find that balance, that vulnerability. And I spoke about that a few weeks ago. Can you reach out to someone right now and just talk to them and let them know how difficult things have been for you, how challenging it's been for you, this whole shift that we're going through? You're allowed to complain, right? But complaining is different than asking for support, right? Complaining is different than leaning into love. So it's really about reaching out and letting someone know how these complaints are affecting you. And letting them know how you feel. I'm sad, I'm tired, I'm struggling, I'm exhausted, I'm confused, I'm feeling hopeless, right? Whatever those feelings are. And to have someone listen to you and to mirror back to you. I get it. It's okay. I understand. Of course you feel that way, right? I'm here to support you. What can I do? Is there anything that I can do to help you, to make you feel better? Right? Just to hear those words. So is there someone that you can lean into right now? Is there a friend? Is there a family member? Your mom? And if you're alone, maybe it's your kitten. You have a kitty cat, right? So myself on something, right? If you don't have a person that you can call, then maybe there's another layer that you can reach out to, right? You can reach out to your pet if you have a pet. Pets are amazing. They will listen to all of your troubles and give you love, right? And then of course, in my world, there's always nature, right? There's stepping out into nature, having those conversations with the trees, with the sky, with the birds, with the ocean, and asking for support, right? Letting the universe know that I need some help right now and sending it out there. And I promise you, you're going to feel some wave of something come back at you. Even if you're not, deeply connected to spirit, you're going to feel some recognition and just some sort of a relief of that, letting go and just asking, right? Just asking for support, asking for help. And it's not that we necessarily need to have anyone do anything for us. It's really just about leaning in and feeling like we can, the old Bill Withers song, lean on me when you're not strong, right? So just leaning in and feeling that support coming back at you. There are so many ways to reach out. And of course, there's prayer. Many of you who have spiritual practices, right? You can talk to God. You can talk to the divine. Let them know what's going on with you. Ask for help. Ask for support. Sometimes we forget that the universal consciousness is there to support us and offer us guidance. We forget to ask. Right? We feel unsupported. We feel lost. We feel alone. But when was the last time that we asked for support? So that's the message today, is encouraging you guys to ask, to lean in. And of course, right, there's the beautiful idea of spirit. Some of you believe in things like angels and spirit guides. Sometimes we forget about those spirit guides. I just talked to my astrology the other day. She was like, Tracy Moore, my best friend. She goes, your spirit guides are there. They want to help you. Ask them to help you. So I've been asking lately, and I just already feel better. And then, of course, there's the ancestors, right? We all have a lineage of ancestors. Our grandmas and our great-grandmas and our great-great-great-grandmas and grandpas too. All of the ancestors that came before us that are there connected to us on a soul level. And we can reach out to them. One of my shamans says to me, you can't do it alone. You need your team, right? So reach out to your ancestors. That's your team. None of us are alone. I mean, in this body we're alone, but our spirit is not alone. Our soul is not alone. We're connected, right? We're connected on a soul level to the souls of our ancestors, so we can ask them for healing, for support. Right? There's so many places we can go to for help and support. It's not only the people in our lives, although those are pretty amazing places to go if you have a dear friend or a grandma or a mom that you can talk to, a dad right now. Talk to them. Say, give them a call. Do you have a few moments? Can I just share how I'm feeling? I just need to know somebody is out there supporting me right now. I can't do it all myself. And in this society that we live in, survival of the fittest, we're all supposed to be like, kicking the coronavirus, making it through, doing, being strong, no problem, everything's great, life is perfect. You know what? It's hard. So it's okay if you're feeling that. And if you ask for support, it's going to make it easier. And actually, if you do believe, which I do believe, that I pray actually that one of the reasons that we're going through this pandemic right now is to bring people closer together and to make us appreciate and love each other and recognize and realize that we're all so much stronger as a community that when we reach out to others, it's so beautiful because we're making a heartfelt, loving connection with someone that we love, right? I posted a picture the other day of myself surfing. A friend of mine was on the cliff and took a picture of me, and I'm like alone, this little speck in this giant, vast ocean. And it was such a startling perspective to see myself so small, that little speck, and alone, right? Feeling alone. And somebody made a comment. I don't know who it was. It was somebody from Australia, I think. And they said, we are, I can't remember exactly what he said, but he said something like, we are so, the me or the I is so much more insignificant than the us, right? The power of us. And I love that. And that kind of ties in with what I'm talking today about, this idea of leaning in and connecting and getting support. And whether you get that support from a loved one, from a family member, whether you get it from one of your pets, whether you get it from nature, whether you get it from the ether, from your spirit guides, from God, from your ancestors, just know that there's a number of places for you to go if you need to lean in for support. And of course, in a very practical way, New York State also has a hotline for people that need to talk to a counselor. If you're someone that needs to talk to a counselor, there's counselors available now. Yeah, I tried to volunteer, but they wouldn't let me because I don't have my license anymore to provide counseling for people right now. So there are licensed practitioners out there that you can talk to, that you can lean into. So open your heart, be vulnerable, lean in, ask for support, and I hope you get all the love and support that you need. And I certainly am here to give that to you. So if you need to chat, if you need to get some love, just send me a message and I'll be there for you. And Sonic, oh, I don't want to forget to say that Sonic Yoga, we have a community circle on Saturday mornings. It's so beautiful at 10 o'clock. You can just dial in, and it's very simple. We just pass the talking stick, and whoever wants to share can share. So if you need some support, that's a really beautiful resource for you guys to go to. Go to sonicyoga.com, and it's Saturday mornings at 10 a.m. after Keith's class. Sonic Community Circle. It's totally free. Just dial in. You pass the talking circle, and everyone takes a turn, and just say whatever's on your mind, and you can ask for support. And there'll be people there who are so happy to give you that support. Yeah, so let's go into a little meditation. So come to a comfortable seat and close your eyes. And bring your hands to touch your heart. And we'll chant Om to open the sacred space. Gently lower your hands down onto your thighs. And start to soften. So I'd like you to imagine the central channel of your spine like a beautiful tall staff, like a strong shaft of energy. It's holding up your whole physical system, like a beautiful pillar inside your body. And you can imagine that pillar made of light, or you can imagine it made of a beautiful stone and crystal. You can also imagine it like the trunk of a tree, a strong, sturdy, anchored, stable power that holds the branches of the tree up. Visualize that central channel and feel it sturdy, strong. And then let everything around it start to soften. So softening your eyes and your temples, your mouth and your jaw, softening even the skin surrounding your skull, letting your ears relax, softening your shoulders down your back, feeling the limbs of your tree, your arms and your legs relaxing down. And feel your seat heavily anchoring into the space below you. You can sit in a cross-legged position, you can be with your feet flat on the floor. And really start to let your body come into a place of stillness and steadiness. Imagine roots growing down into the earth below you to support that strong pillar of strength that's rising up through the central channel of your spine, the Shishupnanadi line. And then let everything else just be like the branches and the leaves and the trees just flowing and relaxing, feeling ease. Let your cells relax. Right? See if you can use your breath on the inhale to really empower that inner strength. And then let the exhale soften everything. So imagine the cells releasing the tension. Every single cell in your body exhaling out agitation, any stress, feeling that energy of contraction that sometimes holds us too tightly, when we get wound too tight. Letting that soften on the exhale, imagining it becoming fluid. Feel it leaving your body. On the inhale, you can draw in strength from your roots, from the earth itself as you breathe in, from the base of your pelvis. And imagine drinking in that powerful strength that we see mirrored in the radiant trees, that statuesque effortlessness that is strong and sturdy. The inner core of your being. And then let the exhale soften everything else. Starting to feel a blurring of the lines that separate your physical body from the space around you. So it's almost like each time you exhale, your physical body is growing more and more faint, less and less definitive. Start to feel your shape softening, so the sharp lines are disappearing. The places that define your arms and your legs and your torso are blending with one another. Inhaling, continuing to feel that inner danda, that powerful pillar of strength. And then as you exhale, start to feel your essence, your physical layer dissolving into the space around you. And perhaps you can see your body as a certain color. Maybe it has a texture to it. As it starts to expand out into the field around you. Letting yourself soften and relax. And trusting that that inner tower of light is going to sustain and hold you steady. So that everything else, your mind, your thoughts, can relax. Your body can relax. feelings can relax. Inhale through your nose. Exhale out through your mouth. Inhale through your nose. Exhale through your mouth. One more time, big breath through the nose. Breathe out through the mouth. And then bringing your awareness back to that central channel. As you inhale, you'll draw the breath down the central channel. And as you exhale, you let the breath rise up and out from the base to the crown. See if you can follow that pathway, inhaling the breath into the crown, down the central channel to the pelvic floor. And then as you exhale, the breath from the pelvic floor up and out through the crown of the head. And we'll work with the mantra. And the first part is I am, as you inhale. I am consciousness. I am bliss. And then the final part is I am Shiva. And Shiva in the yoga tradition is the name of a deity, but it is also the archetypal energy of the divine formlessness, the essence that never changes, that is always holding us. It's the energy of the source that is constant, presence that is always there to sustain us and support us. I want you to feel that you are one with that divine energy of Shiva. So we breathe in, we draw the breath down. I am consciousness. I am bliss. And then we exhale. I am Shiva. I am the formless, endless, sustaining, energy that is never changing. I am one with consciousness, universal consciousness that holds me safe and is always there for me to lean into. I am consciousness. I am bliss. I am Shiva. And just repeat that a few rounds to yourself. I am consciousness. I am bliss. I am Shiva. If there's another word you would like to replace Shiva with, I am love, I am peace, I am ease. And feel free to use any words you like. Connecting to that space within and without that is there to remind you that you are held, that you are supported. I am consciousness. I am bliss. I am Shiva. Gently bring your awareness back to your breath. Take a big inhale. Exhale everything out. Inhale. And exhale. One more big breath in. Yay! So namaste. Thank you everyone for connecting today. It's such a pleasure to be with you guys. It really is a highlight of my week. If you have any questions, if you have any ideas, any topics you want me to talk about in my Facebook Lives on Wednesday, please send them to me. I want to let you know that I'm doing a few things. This Saturday, there is an online yoga festival. It's posted on the Sonic Facebook page. I'll post it down here for us. Also, sponsored by New York Yoga and Life magazine. If you want to join into that, I'm doing a Kundalini healing circle, which I'm really excited about. I'm also doing a free webinar, 5 simple tools to help release stress and anxiety. It's super, I can try to keep it really practical and simple, but stuff that really works. So that is next Tuesday at 1 or Wednesday at 7, and you can sign up. Again, I'll put the link for you guys. It should be on my Facebook page. And then there's also the Sacred Mindset 21-Day Challenge. So if you haven't done it yet, if you're in it, keep it going. I'm so proud of you guys. If you're not in it yet, get on it. I'll put the link as well. That's really a beautiful journey, guided meditations and coaching from me for 21 days. I'm also doing the Sacred Mindset monthly practice where I record yoga videos for you guys to follow, a lunar flow and a solar flow. And there's coaching and there's meditation and there's mantras and there's guest speakers. There's all kinds of great stuff in the Sacred Mindset monthly membership. So tune on in, check it out. I love you. Have a beautiful day. Namaste. Lean in for that support. Wahe.